pretty girl. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kenna and I am a Cameroonian YouTuber based in Douala, Cameroon. Guys, Myra is imitating everything I'm doing. Anyway guys, so today anyway guys, today, oh to baby, I love you mama. Okay, so today guys, we are going to be talking about mistakes women make in relationships, in marriages. Okay, African women, obviously, because that is my field of expertise. I'm an African woman, I'm an African wife, so yeah, that's why I'm talking about this today. So I have my list, so that's what I'm looking down. I have written down all my points. Okay, so I don't want this video to be too long, so let me bounce straight into it. Okay, the very first mistake that a lot of African women make in their marriages is they forget that men are different from women. A lot of us forget that, oh, women are wired different from men. We always do forget that. And that's not something that we have to forget. Like, men react differently than women. We always have to put that in our mind, because a lot of times we'll be like, oh, this man is not showing emotion, this is not doing this, he's not doing that. We forget that men and women are two different people. And you also have to see whether your partner is different. If you understand the way your partner is, for example, in a case where you're complaining that, oh, this man is not emotional, it's different if you already know your partner. Like, your partner is somebody who is not the emotional kind of person, and then you're complaining that your partner is emotional. For me, it's just like, what are you even saying? You already know that this person is not the touchy-feely, emotional, up and down kind of person, so what do you expect from them? But it's different if you're complaining when you know your partner, you know that, oh, he's emotional, he was always emotional, and then now he's not emotional. So that, I feel like that's the first mistake a lot of women make when they are in their marriages. They expect the man to behave like them, the women, which is completely impossible. The next mistake that a lot of women do when they are in their marriages is letting themselves go. See, a lot of girls, I'm proud of my married women these days, like, they are giving us pepper left, right, front, center. I'm proud of a lot of married women, but we're still learning, because I still see some cases and I'm like, oh my god, like, what is this? What is going on? Why are you just throwing yourself away? A lot of women, when they get married, first of all, in this Cameroon, let me talk about Cameroon. In Cameroon, first of all, when a woman gets married, they start telling you, why are you wearing hot pants? Why are you wearing that tight fitting dress? Why are you wearing this one? Why are you wearing that one? So a lot of women start wearing some kind of clothes, like fatter clothes. They don't wear clothes that are body hugging and stuff like that, because they're like, oh, I'm married women don't dress like this, married women don't dress like that. Okay, that is how it usually begins. So, and then two, the children start coming in.
Oh, I'm married, I don't have time for myself, and I don't have time to be thinking about myself. See, all these children, if I will not be thinking about clothes for myself, I'll think about clothes for my children. Will I be thinking about doing my hair for the children? This.
They just let themselves go. You see a married woman, she's looking like a mad person. Yes, it's true. We married women that are mothers, especially, we are mad. Like, we're the crazy, because we're constantly shouting. But that does not mean that you cannot be crazy and shouting while looking cute. You can still be a mad woman shouting, but looking a cute mad woman, okay? So yeah, a lot of women let themselves go. They're like, oh, this, and I'm talking, guys, I'm talking, and I am one of those people. I'm never going to come here and lie. See, when I got married, I did not let myself go like that. But I was, first of all, I had just stopped working. So I was, first of all, let me say this, how I like to, when I'm broke, okay, when I'm broke, I don't have any money, the only way I can keep myself sane is, you not see me getting into shops which has clothes. I'm not going to the market to go and look for anything. Like, no, it's not me. I don't try to tempt myself, because I don't want to come and start stressing myself, oh, I need money to go and buy clothes here or do this. So I just avoid those places where all my sources of temptation are. So I was not going again to shops. Where will I even see clothes that I'll be interested in to buy? Nowhere. So I just let myself go, and majority of my clothes were sent by my sister. My sister was sending me things to sell. So when she's sending the things to sell, sometimes she'll just be like, oh, Kenna, I bought you this. When she comes to Cameroon, she brings me a lot of clothes, sorry. So I just became contented with that. Like, I just became contented with that. But after having Monique, I was looking at myself like, but wait, oh, Kenna. I counted, and it was almost like 3 good years that I had not bought myself a single outfit, not shoes, not anything. Like, it was just, I just discovered that it was handouts, it was gifts that people were giving me. I could not sit and show like, oh, I bought myself this pair of shoes, or I bought myself this, and I was like, Kenna, don't craze. I was like, I'm not okay. Like, so all this my hustle, all this my stress, I cannot get myself anything. I'm just sitting and spending, and I'm just like, I could not see, like, you know, when somebody gives you a gift, okay, you could like the thing, but it might not have been what you would have picked if you went to the market. So I was just like, you know what, I have to start getting myself stuff. That is how I started. Like, okay, if I do my business, if I make money, I ensure that I get at least one thing for myself. Even with this YouTube, even if my money comes per month 50k, guys, trust me that 5,000 in that money is for myself. I have decided to take care of myself. There is nothing wrong with you taking care of yourself. A lot of married women forget to take care of themselves because according to them, they have too much problems. Yes, I have problems, I have issues, I have things that I have to do with money, but I ensure that any gig I do, I buy myself something from that. Anytime somebody gives me money, I'm going to get myself something for my, I must get myself something. I will not sit and be like, oh, no, I'll be mommy picking another chop. This one, yes, the children have not eaten. This has not happened. It is going to be okay, but I will also take care of myself. I know I might be sounding selfish, but that is a decision I made. And since I made that decision, people started telling me, Kenna, you look good. If I did not make that decision, people will be Congo. So my name in the back, like, see that one, because it don't burn, it don't finish. So it's completely okay to take care of yourself. It's completely okay for you to prioritize yourself, my sister. So stop doing that thing that you're doing there. Stop it. The next mistake a lot of women make in their marriages is that they let things slide easily. I've seen so many cases where a woman gets into a relationship, into a marriage, and there are certain things that she knows that this thing might disturb her in the long run, but she just lets it slide. Oh no, let's just leave it. No, I don't want to talk about it. No, for peace sake, let me just leave it. And then you take it, and then you get to that point where you cannot take it anymore, and you're like, oh, I don't want this thing, I can't deal with this thing is a deal breaker for me. And your partner is like, what are you talking about? Like, it's not something new. This is something that has been there since. Why is it that it's only today that you're coming to tell me that, oh, you don't want this thing, you cannot deal with this thing? Like, it does not make any sense to you. So yeah, that is another thing. If you enter, like they always say, the way you want it to be, start from the relationship stage. If there are certain things that you know that are not cool with you, you start showing it from there, so that as you're entering the marriage, it's already clear that this thing that you're moving into, these are the things that you don't want, these are the things that you cannot handle, so that the person is aware. Because a lot of times it causes so much trouble, because it's almost like that bad thing is the normal. That bad thing is now the normal. So the person is like, I don't understand everything I used to say before. You say yes, why are you suddenly kicking against certain things that I say? What is new? Like, what has changed? Everything is still the same as it has always been. Another mistake women make, why do I keep saying men's? Okay, another mistake women make is focusing on the kids and forgetting that they have a partner. This is something that I also mentioned in the male video, because some men forget their women and concentrate on their kids. That's the same thing that happens to most women. Like, this one is almost like an illness. So yeah, this one is almost like a sickness. You see, she forgets that, oh, there is somebody else. She's just all about my babies, my children. And to an extent, I understand women when they do that, because sometimes some men will not be there. So a lot of time the women are just like, you know what, let me just forget about this man, let me just concentrate on my children. Like, this one is a typical African thing. A lot of them will just be like, anyway, let me just concentrate for my pikin and forget about the man, because, or sometimes it could be because of a lot of issues they are having. Sometimes it could be because some women just get obsessed, like completely obsessed with their kids, that they forget to remember that they have a partner. So that is another mistake that they make. And still connected to this, another mistake that some women make is thinking that their husband is the other child, like the fourth child. A lot of women say this. I too say this. Some women tend to say, oh, I gave my 10 picking them. 10 picking them in the sense that she has 9 kids and then the husband is the 10th child. I understand where women who say that come from, but it's not supposed to be like that. Your husband is your husband and your children are your children. Another mistake that women make in marriage is assuming that he knows what is going on in your head. See, this is that one thing that I'm always so mad about. A lot of women, you want something, you don't say what you want, you just sit and you're just imagining that he's supposed to figure me out. Did you get married to a witch man? Is your husband a wizard? Obviously not. So why do you expect him? It's different. I understand their cases. Like, it's different when you're in a situation where you know that you have already talked about this thing and you're expecting the person to behave like this because it's something you've already talked about. That's different. But I see cases where the man is clueless, as in the man does not know anything. You have not talked about it with the man. The man does not know anything, but you somehow expect him to understand. Like, you expect him to know what you want, to know what you're thinking. You don't communicate. How is a relationship supposed to function if you don't communicate? You have to talk about it. It's almost the same thing like a man not talking about his feelings. You're not saying what you're thinking at the particular time. It's just, you're just making things difficult for no reason. If you see that things are going this way, a way that you do not like, you always have to talk about it. Talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. Let it be that you have spoken about it and the person is not listening. Not that you sit and you assume that, hey, no, but is this man stupid? Can he not figure out that this is what I want or that is what I want? People are different. Some people, I've heard a lot of girls saying this, like, it is logical. This is just the logical thing to do. What is logical to you might not be logical to your partner. You hear? What is logical to you might not be logical to your partner. The way you grew up is not the way your partner grew up. Because I've seen some cases where people will just be like, but this is the normal thing. This is how it's done. That is how it's done for you and your family and your loved ones and the people who grew up with you. It does not mean that that is how it's done everywhere. Even if it's done everywhere, maybe the person you're with is not just aware that that is how that particular thing is done. So you have to learn how to be more open. You have to talk more, talk about it, say this is what I want, this is not what I want, this is where I'm at. Make the person to know. Don't sit and you're expecting that, oh, he's supposed to read my mind, he's supposed to know that I'm angry. How can he not know that I'm angry? Is he stupid? He's supposed to be able to know that I'm angry. Okay, so another mistake a lot of women do is not making sex a priority. I know. Yeah, they don't make sex a priority in that having kids, first of all, just destabilizes you. I'm talking about me because I've had kids. So a lot of women lost their interest in sex when they have kids. It's supposed to be a whole chore to them. It's like, oh my God, I don't want to. Like, I just don't want to. I could be doing something else with my time. How can I sit and be doing the do when I could be doing something else with my time? A lot of women lost their interest, and that is something that is very bad. This is something that you need to be completely intentional about, because your sexual life, like the sexual part of your life, is an important part in your life. Losing interest in it would come. There are some things that are not easy, but you have to be intentional, because that part is the intimate part in your relationship. That is something that really matters in your relationship. So you have to make a comfort effort to ensure that that part goes smoothly. Those are the couple of points I came up with for mistakes that African women make in their relationships. If you have more, you know how it goes, let me know in the comment section. Tell me more about it. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you have video ideas, things you want me to talk about, let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching this, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Love you. Bye. Mwah!